Are we preparing for change, for finding a better environment and making our contribution so that future generations will not suffer like what our forefathers have seen? Definitely, we'll have to find solutions for this problem. That's where you have to go into working out the details of the objectives. What are the goals and objectives economically in a number of sectors, a number of industries? How can we possibly develop an infrastructure? How can we develop strategies for energy integration? How can we develop our resources so that we can achieve food security, not for now, but for a generation to come? How can we cooperate and create complementarity in each and every sector, in each and every industry? What are the resources that we have available? Africa, with not a population of 1.2 billion, but it says that Africa has more than 60% of global endowments. Everything is there: minerals, natural resources, manpower, and everything. It's underdeveloped. Definitely, it will have to find ways of making life better for generations to come.
These were accompanied by rigorous reforestation programs. Operational plans for 2025 and beyond include expansion of irrigation schemes. In energy, GOE's approach revolved around installation of thermal, solar, wind, as well as geothermal hybrid systems. Construction companies will be restructured for better implementation of new housing schemes. Similarly, the government will invest in procurement of buses, which will serve especially deprived areas at subsidized prices. The government will also redouble its efforts to revitalize the manufacturing sector geared on value addition.
Welcome to Drar for Africa. Eritrea, a resilient nation with a rich history, is poised to embark on a new era of prosperity. With a strategic vision and unwavering determination, the country is undertaking ambitious mega projects in agriculture, mining, and renewable energy. From fertile farmlands to mineral-rich mountains, Eritrea's untapped potential is set to transform the nation into a regional economic powerhouse. By harnessing the power of the sun and wind, Eritrea aims to secure a sustainable future for its people and for the continent. Let's begin.
President Isaias elaborated in greater detail GOE's developmental priorities as well as blueprints and operational plans in the critical sectors of water infrastructure, energy, housing, road transport, and investment for 2025. In water infrastructure, President Isaias described the extensive nationwide water conservation programs that have been implemented in the past years that include big dams with 330 million cubic meters, as well as extensive network of smaller dams and water reservoirs. These were accompanied by rigorous reforestation programs. Operational plans for 2025 and beyond include expansion of irrigation schemes. In energy, GOE's approach revolved around installation of thermal, solar, wind, as well as geothermal hybrid systems. Construction companies will be restructured for better implementation of new housing schemes. Similarly, the government will invest in procurement of buses, which will serve especially deprived areas at subsidized prices. The government will also redouble its efforts to revitalize the manufacturing sector geared on value addition. In investment, the GOE will encourage private local investment, and especially from the diaspora, who may have better financial capabilities, not only in traditional hospitality sector, but also in agriculture, manufacturing, mining, etc.
Think of Eritrea. You might first wander to its beautiful coastline or rich cultural history. Still, there's something massive going on right now that's worth your attention. We're talking about the ongoing mega infrastructure projects transforming this nation in 2024, projects that are set to reshape the future of Eritrea in ways you probably didn't see coming. These projects are not just roads and bridges, they're the backbone of Eritrea's leap toward modernization, impacting everything from the economy and social services to regional influence and political stability. This video will look closely at some of the most jaw-dropping ongoing projects nationwide. We'll explore new solar power plants, major roadworks connecting key cities, upgraded ports along the Red Sea, and even massive water supply initiatives solving issues Eritrea has been grappling with for years. Ultimately, these projects are laying the foundation for what could be one of Africa's most surprising success stories. If everything goes according to plan, Eritrea could go from being a relatively isolated country to a major regional hub with modern infrastructure, a booming economy, and improved quality of life for its people. Exciting, right? Let's break it all down, and let's go. 5. Port of Massawa expansion. The Port of Massawa, located on the Red Sea, is undergoing a massive upgrade to expand its cargo handling capacity and modernize its facilities. The budget for this mega project stands at $250 million, with funding coming from a combination of foreign investors and government sources. Notably, the work is being carried out by China Harbor Engineering Company, CHEC, a global leader in port construction. The expected completion date is late 2025. Once completed, the port will handle over 15 million tons of cargo annually, almost triple its current capacity. That's huge for Eritrea's economy. Furthermore, Massawa sits on one of the busiest shipping routes in the world, right on the doorstep of Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. By upgrading the port, Eritrea is positioning itself as a critical player in the region, capable of boosting trade within Africa and globally. With increased trade, Eritrea will see a sharp rise in employment, especially in logistics, shipping, and warehousing. The port's expansion is also expected to drive foreign investment into Eritrea's manufacturing sector, thanks to its improved import-export capabilities. 4. Asmara Massawa Road Rehabilitation. This road, stretching about 115 kilometers, is getting a complete overhaul, with the budget set at $100 million. The road will be widened and repaved to support heavy-duty trucks and increase traffic, improving transport logistics for trade and tourism.
Russia views a potential for cooperation and investment in Eritrea, while established parties like the US and its allies continue to maintain significant positions in Djibouti and Somalia. Russia wants to disrupt the Western-led established order and diversify its strategic assets, which is why it is interested in Eritrea. Russia's geopolitical goals align with President Isaias Afwerki's proposals for a multipolar world order, which has sparked talks of cooperation and mutual assistance between the two countries. For Russia, maintaining a presence in the Red Sea region is about more than just military strategy. It's about defending its interests economically and reaffirming its place in the world stage. Russia would gain more power in these critical regions if it had a Red Sea port in Eritrea, which would give it a major gateway to both Africa and the Middle East. On the other hand, Russia's Red Sea aspirations coincide with heightened international rivalries and tensions.
First and foremost, one of the things that I admire the most is the sense of purpose, of direction, of commitment, of determination, and of nationalism and patriotism that I see here from President Afwerki. Since we had time yesterday, it's very clear that he knows exactly what this country needs. And it's very clear that the people are quite determined to develop and have a sense of self-reliance and self-sufficiency in things. And so today we went to see the big dam here. And I was impressed. So it's 33 million cubic meters of water that they have. And they have 10,000 hectares that they want to irrigate with that. They're doing already 1,000 hectares of that. It's a lot of area for livestock. They're doing dairy. We went to see a lot of dairy farms that they're having. They have also areas where they're cultivating quite a lot of fruits. They're also doing quite a lot of coffee production and all of that. So when I got over here, I was impressed with the density of infrastructure. President Afwerki took me to see an area where they were doing irrigation. And instead of doing the regular pivot irrigation, he has one that you can actually do from the top, which is quite, again, credit to the fact that they are innovating themselves. They're not just simply copying from others. And so I came away from this particular visit very excited on the farm visit with three things. First is that the capacity of the Eritrean population and the research institutions to really do great engineering work is superb. the Eritrean Mapping and Information Center did a lot of the dams that I see over here in other countries. Most of those the dams that had to be contracted out to foreign contractors to do them, and they did them here. We went over there and we saw a lot of giant tanks in which they pump water to irrigate and also to provide water to households. And I was surprised that a lot of it was actually done by students. In other countries, that would be done by big engineering firms. And so I think that from where I am today, I see three big things that we want to do with this perimeter that we came in today. First is to help the president to develop what we call special agro-industrial processing zones. And that will mean that we will be able to build on the infrastructure that has been done over here, bring in support to develop food and agricultural businesses that can process food, that can process packaged food, that can package fruits, that can do horticulture production, and why not even a production of floriculture, flower production here for regional markets and for export markets.
30 megawatt solar photovoltaic power plant is a game changer. The project comes with a $49.92 million price tag and is part of Eritrea's push to diversify its energy sources. It will also include a 15 megawatts per 30 megawatt hours battery energy storage system to ensure reliable power supply. Furthermore, the African Development Bank is funding the project with technical support from global renewable energy companies, and the completion date is set for early 2025. Once completed, the plant reduces Eritrea's reliance on imported diesel for power generation. It reduces CO2 emissions by thousands of tons annually. Once operational, it will provide electricity to around 50,000 households and increase the country's total energy output by 20%.
Russia and NATO relations are strained as a result of the crisis in Ukraine, and the geopolitical environment is further complicated by tensions with China and Iran. Russia's participation in joint military drills with China and Iran is indicative of a larger movement of opposition to Western domination. Russia runs the risk of escalating already existing disputes and instability as it increases its footprint in the Red Sea region. The region is already plagued by instability in Somalia, ongoing tensions in Ethiopia, and the civil conflict in Sudan. The addition of new geopolitical players could make efforts to establish peace and stability even more difficult. Russia's involvement in the Red Sea districts of Eritrea heralds a new era in Horn of Africa geopolitics. It presents chances for collaboration and economic growth.
1. Asmara International Airport upgrade. The airport is set to undergo a major upgrade, including constructing new runways, terminals, and cargo facilities at a total budget of approximately $200 million. Besides, the project is being handled by Arab contractors in partnership with the Eritrean government, with an expected completion by 2025. Furthermore, this upgrade is all about making Asmara International Airport a regional aviation hub. By modernizing the airport, Eritrea aims to attract more international airlines and boost tourism, a currently underdeveloped sector with massive potential. Moreover, once completed, the expanded airport will be able to handle up to 2 million passengers a year, compared to its current capacity of just 500,000. This will open the doors to new business opportunities, tourism growth, and increased air cargo traffic, benefiting the local economy. Overall, this project is expected to add about 1.5% to Eritrea's GDP in the long run through increased travel, tourism, and trade. And there you have it, guys. From ports to roads, solar power to airports, these projects are laying the foundation for a new era of growth, connectivity, and sustainability.
Russia wants to disrupt the Western-led established order and diversify its strategic assets, which is why it is interested in Eritrea. Russia's geopolitical goals align with President Isaias Afwerki's proposals for a multipolar world order, which has sparked talks of cooperation and mutual assistance between the two countries. For Russia, maintaining a presence in the Red Sea region is about more than just military strategy. It's about defending its interests economically and reaffirming its place in the world stage.
I told the president that we'll also support them to develop the financial system that will support agro-industrialization in the country. And in addition to that, we were also talking about how to support, use Eritrean skills and capacity to help other countries, especially in engineering, because I marvel at for some of the things that I've seen here. And I was telling him that, why we need to develop a way in which we can support Eritrean engineers to work with other countries, and perhaps even have the idea of an Africa engineering corps that you can take and you can deploy for major engineering works in different parts of Africa. I told the president that there are many areas in which we look forward to supporting him. And one area, of course, is in the area of the blue economy. You got the sea over here. The issue is how do we make sure that you benefit quite a lot of that. In aquaculture, it's a big thing, but also making sure marine fisheries, it's supported. We have had a project here in the past, which is on fish marketing infrastructure project, and we're trying to see how we can revive and revamp that project that will, very quickly benefit the population. And the other area that we are very big on is on energy. Solar that we have, which is 30 megawatts, for which we are investing $56 million. It's the first of it, but we want to do more solar projects also in this country, so we'll continue to do that. We see opportunities also here to do even investment in wind power as well in the country, which is very good. All in all, I would say this about what I've seen in Eritrea. First, the president's passion is infectious. His vision, his commitment to his country, to his people. And, when you're from the outside and you hear things about Eritrea, and it's a different thing when you actually come here and you listen to him, you see him. He's been with me literally all day here on field trips, and we've gone everywhere. I admire his vision, his determination to really have an emancipation of his own people.